Hello people and welcome. This is a really good city simulation, I would say. If you played SimCity or any other, what is it, Cities XL and Cities, I think it's called, you end up with a lot of money and you just can't keep up building. You just have to plunk down big areas of buildings to build, and if you don't do it fast enough, you will suffer from it and citizens will be sad and stuff. It's kind of a good run the first 2 hours, and then it just becomes like a race or something. This game forces you to make decisions all the time, and it forces you or encourages you to play slow. That makes it very fun and well executed. Now it's also super hard. Most people see their cities fail very early and they don't know why, but I'm gonna explain why as I go through whatever I'm gonna do here. I think I'm gonna be playing this for an hour and show you guys, because it's such a well executed game and I really think it needs some attention, or deserves attention. So a new game here. I'm gonna randomize this. I actually created a city. I played for half an hour recording, and I ended up with such a bad map that I just had to, no, I can't do this. I'm gonna explain some of that soon. Valleys is the most open area, as far as I know. Mountains gives you a lot of mountains and, a lot of bulky terrain, and you can't use that. So valleys I like. Terrain size, you kind of want large there. I don't know why you would want small, because it just limits your city. I guess if you get a slow computer or whatever, you might not be able to play smoothly on bigger maps. I play large, why not? You never know. Climate, I'm gonna be playing very easy now. Disasters, I thought this was worse. First time I played it, I got fire, I got tornadoes. I mean, I played for a long time, but it was so easy to counter if you had a good city. I mean, diseases, for example, if you had a doctor, that's fine, it goes away pretty fast. If you got your crops infected, whatever, it's very easy to work around that. So, but we're gonna make it easy this time. Easy, just hard, medium, easy. When you start off with easy, you have animals. You start off with animals, buildings, more citizens, and a barn that you can store stuff in. And you start off with more food, as far as I know, and you have some seeds. Yeah, so it's just a jump start. Start off with easy, and when it gets boring, you start over again, and you play on harder. So we're gonna see what we get here now. Generating a map, and this is very random. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a slider berry area, because we got a lot of flat surfaces. Yeah, this is much better. I'm gonna start off fairly quick and try to explain while I go on. Okay, we start off with chickens. I would prefer sheep, but I got chickens, that's fine. And yeah, so this is my citizens. They are all carrying stuff from the barn to their houses now, because houses have inventory. And people live in the houses. They have dedicated houses. They have names. They have their own separate health, happiness, gender, job. I'm gonna explain jobs right now. Everything is individual, and they have individual look. Although even people look the same sometimes. They're all white as well. So yeah. So you get this assigned job to a citizen. You open this window and you see this fairly detailed window. It's very simple though. These are the citizens of age to work, and we can open this window to see details about what time it is in the year, citizens of mature age, work age, at students. I don't have any schools, I don't have students. Those are kids, 9 of them. The weather, the temperature is in Celsius at this point, I think, and it's 4 degrees. And these are the resources. This is the overall health and the overall happiness, and this is booze. We're gonna talk about that later. First and foremost, most people fail at not getting enough food. This looks like I have a lot of food, but the thing is, the people are always eating the food, and when you have a low amount of stored food in the barn, you will end up not getting the food distributed right amongst the citizens. So it ends up with when this storage run out, the people that have the least storage will die first instead of sharing the food, because every resource in this game is actually a real resource. Either it's in here or it's in here, and it has to be moved around by citizens. So anyway, to get food as fast as possible, we're gonna end up building a gatherer's hut out here in the forest, because there's a lot of forest there, and I'm gonna actually put it pretty close to the city so they don't have to walk as far. Now I plunked down a building here, and if I select this, I can see that they need to remove 8 objects in the way: trees, rocks, or iron. Iron, yeah. They need 30 logs to build the building, and they need 12 stones, and then 45 builds. I don't know what this is. This is just like, yeah, the more number that is, the longer it will take, and then it's an overall completion. Here, this will be done faster if the builders and laborers are educated. Also, if you have roads over to that place, they will walk there faster. But they have to go here, they have to gather, clear the area, and that will be done by laborers. They will carry the resources back, and then the builders will go there. Oh, they will actually take resources also and put there for the builders. And then you need builders dedicated to building to actually build the building. And that you do up here. You see, I have no builders right now. A maximum of 3 is to be most efficient. Meaning that this building is, yeah, if you have 3 builders for this, that will be the most efficient. So let's dedicate 3 builders, because they have nothing else to do anyway. So as soon as this area is clear and they carry resources to that area, they will start building. And the building process is pretty fast actually. So that won't take fast. And we need also to get a place for our chickens here, and so that they don't they will actually just grow there. They won't repopulate. They will grow, get older, and they will die. So you need to get them into a pasture fast, so that they can repopulate. And pastures are areas with fence that you keep animals. Oh god. And you need to find a flat area, and I want to make it the biggest size. You can make a small one of these, that's fine. It will just keep less animals. The animals will populate more and more until a max limit that you can set yourself, but the bigger the pasture, the bigger you can make the max limit. And the more animals you have, the more food you will get. Now, you will get food from the animals when they get old enough. So they will, you know, they will fornicate, and there will be more of them, and then they will grow up and age. And the more you have continuously growing and aging, the more meat you will get from it. Now, chickens also generates eggs all the time, and it's a good source of protein. Citizens need a good variation of food, so from the chickens we will get meat, we will get eggs, and from this gatherer's hut we will get roots and berries. And this will be a good variation to start off with. If you only get meat, for example, people will be unhealthy over time, because they just get one source of food. Now I want to place a gatherer's hut pretty early on. This is a big, see, this needs a large area. And it's good to give it a large area because it's very efficient. I think I would put it up here actually. A hunter's cabin wants some open area. As far as I know, it's not the most efficient to make it completely open. I think that some open area will be the most efficient. Anyway, we need a bridge as well. So let's grab us some road. Let's build a road up to there, and then take a bridge. You will make a bridge, and I will actually tell my citizens to prioritize this, because otherwise they will prioritize that building and they can't get there yet. So they will try to walk around, but they can't. Or can they? No, they can't. So That will kind of glitch out. I heard on the forums that they complain about that. Anyway, this building is going on now. Oh my god, I remember I prioritized to build something else. Anyway, we will increase the number of workers, the number of builders by a lot here now, so... And then we will increase priority there! Jeez, I can't talk. What goes together with a gatherer's hut is actually a forester's lodge. You find this under resource production here. And I just put that right in front of that. And the reason that goes well together is because that makes trees, and the gatherer's hut uses kind of trees or foresty area to gather stuff. So that will make gatherer's hut efficient, and yeah, the forester lodge doesn't take any extra space. So let's see if they can build this. We need 7 stone, and yeah, we have that. The logs are already there. See the laborer, she just put material down there, and she's a... What is it? She's a laborer, yeah. She just carries material from there. Now, though, she might... Nope. A builder will come around and actually build this soon. Now, people don't actually need to be educated in a profession. Everyone can do anything, but you kind of just need to focus, so manage the workload. And if someone dies of old age or starvation or something, they will be instantly replaced by our laborers, who don't have to keep this, you know, under surveillance all the time. As long as you have a few laborers, which is the basic, I guess, worker or the basic citizen, as long as you have those, you don't have to remanage everything. This game is brutally hard, and you might just end up with no citizens at all because you die horribly from, you know, everybody's starving. And once things start going south, things will really go south fast. So I'm building a road here, and I need to, yeah, kind of, that goes together well. And I will probably make a road here. This will be done by the builder eventually. A nice square there. And you see question mark. This has no worker dedicated to it. Workers. So I will reduce the number of builders by 2, and I will increase gatherers by 4, because this is important. You mostly die like 1 hour into the game because you run out of food, and that's because you don't dedicate enough to it. You really need to prioritize getting as much food as possible. Because again, if you run low, if you go down to 0, the food won't be well distributed. It will be, yeah, some people getting more than others, and a few people will starve, and you will lose workforce, and that will make you gather less food, and you have to redistribute everything. So the problem is, when someone starts starving, they are very likely to die, even though there are actually food in the village. Because if everybody goes low and one run out of food, if you get food into the barn, another house that already has food but not enough of it will take the food before the guy that is starving. It's very likely to happen, at least, and that's, you know, not good. Let's see if the bridge is going. We have 6 builders, so it should be pretty fast. Speed it up. We are late spring now, so we still got the summer and everything. There won't be a winter for a long time. And also, I have to build under resource production, woodcutter. This transforms logs into firewood for the stoves, so the buildings will have heat. A wooden house will use more energy or fuel material to keep warm than a stone house, and that's actually the only 2 levels of houses you can have, stone or wood. That's also a slight drawback of this game. It's the you can't really make your city look in any way. You can build, of course. This looks beautiful. I mean, this forest behind here, and the shadow is great, and the layout of this, you know, village. It's really personal, and you You can work hard on it and get it exactly the way you want to, but you can't really modify the house. You can upgrade it to a stone house again. You can never upgrade the barn, which annoys me, because when the houses are stone, the barn will still be old and rotten and wood, so that's weird. Anyway, I don't know if I'm covering everything. There's so much to this game that I know I'm missing out. So if you have any questions that I haven't answered, or if there's something that I'm skipping that you might wonder, just ask in the comments. I'm very likely to be able to respond because I've been playing this for a long time. Actually, I should look. No, I only been playing for 21 hours, and I got a city up to 500 citizens. And the problem I ran into then was the distribution of material and goods, food and stuff around the villages, because I had several villages. And okay, let's see. Reserve of food, yeah, it will keep going down, but as long as you have a small amount stored, it won't be poorly distributed. Also, when we get this hunter's cabin up, you need to prioritize that. We need to get that up, because you need to respect the fact that you need a lot of food. You have no food income in the beginning, so you need to focus on that. And the builders are building the road. Now they're up here. It actually looks like the laborers are doing it, but I think as long as the builders doesn't have anything to do, they prioritize doing labor work. I don't know. I have no. Never mind. Actually, if the builders don't have anything to do, they will be labor, but this road were built by a few of my 6 builders. Okay, so 3 more items need to be removed. You should build a bigger stockpile. I could actually... Let's see, the area of this is going out here. What I want is actually to have a road going here to another part of the city over here. There's a lot of forest here. These areas I like because you can build a forager's lodge and a gatherer's hut. And it's not a bad idea actually to build a couple of gatherer's hut in one spot. Although this isn't the most effective because it doesn't cover the entire ring, but it's gonna be fairly efficient. Let's see what it gathered so far. Yeah, current season it's on 44 berries, 132 roots, 110 onions and 88 mushrooms, and it looks like my woodcutter is done. So we're gonna dedicate 1 guy. Now when I dedicate 1 guy to this, I can do it either in this window or up here as a woodcutter. If I add it here, it will be added there too, which is good. Let's see, my pasture is done. Well, it's quite long. It's a big pasture. And I don't have a lot of laborers now, so they're not gathering the materials. Don't matter, I need to get this hunter's lodge up, and then I will take some of those builders into being hunters. Yeah, again, the hunter's cabin benefit from having some open area, so that's what I'm giving it. And it looks like we can have a couple here, and then a couple of hunters up here. Yeah, that's good. So I actually, maybe I could expand the city over here and have just gatherers up here. I think that would be very efficient. I could of course go from gathering hut and then over here to a village or whatever, but I think this forest is so thick that we can use it to our advantage. Let's see. So animals, hunting cabins don't they get less efficient if you have what is it? When you have civilizations in nearby. If, for example, I would have buildings here, it would be less efficient. So the more open area, the more far from city it is, the more effective it will be. And you can actually see the hunters going around and killing these animals, and these will sort of respawn, I guess, so you'll never run out. And the more efficient it is, the more food you will get. But it's still dependent on how much animal you can find. So it's very, very dynamic, and I haven't really fully understood how it works. Same thing with trees. They actually age and they die, or whatever, around the map. So when you pan around like this, you can see trees dying every now and then. But what they do in a forester lodge is that when they get big enough, they chop them down and they plant a new one. The forester lodge is right there, but it's not done yet because I prioritized this. This is done soon. So come on, people. Let's speed it up. Okay, we're getting some food now because we're gathering berries. Let's see. It's doing well. A couple of hundred of each. So we're not down to 100 food yet anymore. And again, the food disappears very sudden because everybody eats, they run low, and then everybody at once just fills up. And again, if someone gets behind, he will get more and more behind. Now we got some firewood going, and the thing about firewood is that you don't want too much of it because you use up all of your logs. Is the pasture done? No, it's not. You can always get more forest, of course, but in the end you need a sustainable forest gather. Whatever forested lodge here, you need sustainable income all the time. Although I could go up here and just clear this entire area and get thousands of resources, but then I have to replant all the trees to be able to get more trees. And when you get too far away, gathering will be very, very inefficient. Let's reduce the number of builders. We don't need so many of them. And 3 hunters to have the most efficient amount of hunters up there. Can a pasture be done? Maybe I should prioritize this, or the forester's lodge, although I have some. Okay, so the maximum limit you put out. If I have 200 here, I have 110 firewood right now. She will work until I have reached the limit, and I think she will become a laborer when she reaches the limit. And whenever someone picks firewood or uses it, she will go back and cut more. I'm not sure about that. But I will get a sign over that tells me that she reached the limit, and I think she will be going to be a laborer. Also, a good thing, by the way, is to put down a herbalist down here. Pretty close to the main part of the city, because they actually go out there and they get herbs whenever they get sort of unhealthy. And they get healthy. Let's see if they got anything. Nope, not yet. This is kind of, the more efficient it is, the more you would get overall. But also seasons could vary depending on whether it's winter or not. Now hunters' cabins are pretty good at, you know, whatever season it is. But for example, gatherer's hut, they have a harder time gathering during the winter. So a season is always, what is it, from midwinter to another midwinter. But if you had a rough winter, if you have rough weather, if you have a rough winter, you are likely to get less food, and that could really screw you over. So now I dropped in food here, because everybody filled up their houses. Yeah, now they have much more. This guy haven't filled up yet. And we're still running on potatoes, although this guy has berries and stuff. Good. Do we have any food from there yet? Yeah, now we got 200 venison. And also leather, and I can make clothes of this. So this is a very important structure. But each animal seems to be 200 food. So you always gather 200, 400, 600. And you have to figure out what's the most efficient to have, you know. I tend to have these, when they gather 1200, that's a very efficient hunter's cabin. But you need to have educated people then. So everything is running sort of slow. Fishermen, I don't use those because they are never ever efficient. I can never get them to be efficient. Putting them on a river will give you like 400 food a season. And that's nothing. That's way too little for all the workers that you need to put into it. Gatherer's hut though will give you a lot. So why don't we put... This will be a very effective place to have gatherer's hut. So I will do that, put that there, and then turn it around and put one straight in front of that. And then we will take roads, and we have the buildings right there. And in between the buildings, I want to build a road going there. So if I hold shift, I will do straight, or the quickest way. The way that the citizens are likely to be walking. And if I don't hold shift, it will do that. But I don't want people to be walking up there. They won't follow the road though, unless it's more efficient. But if I hold this, it will go to the most efficient point. So she reached the cap. Let's see where the worker is. I should be woodcutter. Go to her. She's now doing something else, you see. She's actually being a laborer. Yeah. So she was just over here and gathering stuff. Now it seems like they have almost cleared the area, and we will have a pasture building there soon. Good, the food is doing sort of well. I haven't dedicated as much as I might have needed to do. But I'm pretty happy, you know. I should have got a couple of gatherers hut, but it wasn't the perfect area. Now I get more gatherers hut because this is a really good area. But I need them to build it. Okay, so my laborers, my builders should be doing the roads, and then they should be doing this. But I have other things queued up. Yeah, I still have the forester's lodge down there. I'm sort of running low in wood, so I will decrease this fuel limit so she won't make too much fuel. And that's so that I keep some logs for buildings, because I kind of need a lot. Let's see, this herbalist will need 30. Yeah. I will do something that I haven't done yet, and that is actually just take an area in the beginning. I mean, this looks good. I want to keep it like this, foresty and stony. I think it looks great. But sometimes you have to do this. I just order everyone to gather a big area here, and the laborers will do that at the best of their ability. Problem is with work distribution, you have to keep telling them to prioritize things that you want them to prioritize or build fast, because the laborers will be over here and they will not go here and clear room for this building unless they somehow, you know, prioritize this. They won't distribute the workload too well always. Okay, so we're running low in logs. Yeah, we're very low in logs, so we will put a couple of people in there. It's not very efficient. It would be very slow to gather trees in the beginning, but you need it. You need a sustainable income anyway. Oh, they're getting the logs here now, so that's good. We kind of need more stockpile, I think. This is very easy to do though, so maybe I should just put it in the middle there. It should look good. No. Ah. Okay, the winter is coming. Let's put a stockpile. Why don't we put it here, adjacent to or along this road here? Maybe just there. The biggest size is 10 by 10, and I kind of want to do that. Doesn't hurt. And they just need to clear that area, and there will be a stockpile. So. And I need to get my chickens in the pasture soon, because otherwise they will just die of old age. They won't reproduce. Hopefully, we should probably prioritize this now, so it gets done. So I just prioritize this area, and they tend to, you know, make it happen. Now we don't have logs. That's an issue. Okay, let's prioritize some trees then. Let's speed it up. This is the pickles you end up with. The workforce is not enough to do everything that I wanted to do, and I need to do stuff fast. And if I remove people from gathering wood or hunting or gathering crops, you know, I'm gonna lose a lot of effectivity there. And yeah, you need to distribute workload like that. But now I have some wood, so I'm just gonna prioritize this like that. I don't know really how that works, but fairly easy to use anyway, the prioritize thing. See, if I prioritize something here, there's no orders here, so nothing will happen. But here I have orders on cutting down all of these trees and rocks, so I can prioritize in that area. But I won't, because I need to build this fast. So we can get the chickens in there. See, they're all big now. Start off with a couple of small ones, so there's probably a lot of time left on some of them. But if they all get too old, they will get into the pasture and they will die of old age, most of them. Although you can actually get from like 80 chickens from one, I think. Or you might actually need to, I'm not sure. It's not logical in every sense, I'm not sure. Let's speed it up now. It should be prioritized, so even my builders should be going here and actually build now, yeah. And they idle around a lot. I mean, this guy is standing here and building, and now he's just walking off. And this might be because he needs to eat, he needs to warm up, he needs to... I don't know. He could be doing anything. And the happier and the healthier the citizens are, the more likely they are to keep working. So, and also they might be going to the herbalist and getting herbs, and whatever it is. They need to do stuff to make sure that they survive and the family survive. And they will do this to the best of the capability. So if you have a good distribution of resources around your city, people will be a lot more efficient. Okay, we're starting to get some logs again, that's good. And see, he just got there, he put a few nails in, and then he walked off because he had to do something. Come on, guys, we need to get the chickens into there. And done. Slowing down. What I do here now, since I have chickens, these are a special thing, animal, you don't find them anywhere. You actually have to buy them and use them before they die. What I do is I put chickens in there, so I dedicate this pasture to chickens, and I need workforce. So I take one laborer, remove one builder, and I take another laborer, like that. And this will be maximum efficiency. Now you see 8 out of 66. Control numbers of animal to keep in the pasture exceeding this count will result in livestock being slaughtered for food. So I won't slaughter any animals unless they are too old. So people will put them in here now and keep them monitored, and they will reproduce. When they get too old, I will get food from them. But if this is full, I will also, yeah, I would slaughter animal as soon as a new animal is born. I will slaughter an older one. Therefore, the more you get, the more food you will get from them, pretty much. So more chickens will be aging at once. Will make it more efficient. Okay, it seems as this is coming along pretty well. Food is doing okay. I like to stay over 1,000 there actually, but I will do for now. Okay, so this is where we got so far. I'm actually gonna end this recording now, about half an hour episode I think I would get now. And I'm gonna cut this into 2 episodes, because I think that's better. So, I see you in the next episode, and let's see if we can get some more advanced stuff done. Although this is basically the game, and you just keep doing this, but we'll see. We got a lot of things that we need to get done to be able to run a fully functioning village. So, I see you in the next episode.